The Dometic fan, the exhaust Fantastic Fan by Dometic, stopped working in my OnTour 2.2 year 2021.5. I checked the fuse is okay. I manually inspected the plunger switch, that appears to be okay. So I'm taking a guess that it's the motor's bad. So the easiest solution appears to be purchasing another fan blade motor combination. There's a couple of brands available on Amazon, but I did get the original OEM Dometic. Comes with new screws, some electrical connectors, new fan blades, mount, and fan. Now I'm hoping to be able to change out this motor and blade unit without having to climb on the roof of the vehicle. I think I might be able to, so I'm going to take the screen off first, which always seems like a precarious undertaking. The thing's going to break. And then, if I unscrew and take this blade part off, my hands should be able to reach up and around and remove the 4 screws that hold the mounted fan and blade unit in place. Now there's 2 electrical connections to make too, of course a positive and a negative, and we'll see if I'm able to complete that too from inside the van. After removing the Phillips head screw using a number 2 Phillips screwdriver in the center of the fan, it easily pulls out. Now, with a smaller number 2 Phillips screwdriver, I think I can go up here and remove each of the 4 mounting screws. The 4 mounting screws located above each of the arms came out easily from inside the van. Now there's a clip that holds the electrical wires to the mount unit. Take that off. So far so good. And it looks like it'll lift out of there. I have to do something about the electrical connections first, so let's see what that might be. Now on the electrical connections, the ground has a connector on it that mounts underneath of the plunger switch. So we're going to have to take the plunger switch out now, which is located right here. And this switch is what turns your fan off when the lid is closed as a fail-safe. Now I've got a 7/16 inch socket that will go over the top of the plunger switch, and I'll be able to back it out of there. Okay, the plunger switch is sufficiently loosened that I can take the rest out by hand. And boy, it's pretty long. Anyhow, here's that negative connection. I could find no videos on how to install this new unit, so I'm doing it on my own. So there'll be a little bit of guesswork and redos here, but I think this panel has to come off so that I can access the electrical behind the switch. There's something that's attached to. All right, while working inside of the van, there's a wire that's got to be pulled off of this plunger switch, and I can't do that. So I'm going to take this frame off here, and then I should be able to access the electrical wires under there. 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5 screws. I'll take those off and this unit should drop down, exposing the wires. By dropping down this frame, it exposes the 2 wires that go to the motor, the red and the white. The reason I had to drop the frame is to disconnect the plunger switch so that I could get underneath of it the black wire on the new motor. So that would be this wire right here. And the red wire is a push connector. And I'll disconnect this and attach the red wire to that. And then put everything back and see what happens. All right, having disconnected it, I can take the plunger switch away now. And this has been disconnected so the old motor and mount can be brought down. Now what I'll have to do on my new unit is remove the fan to install the motor and mount. The fan has been removed from the new motor and mount unit, and we're going to set it up there, making sure that the wires are facing the front of the cab. I got to put it up this way. All right, with that in place, I'll have to go back up and install the 4 screws to keep the motor in place. I'm screwing in the last of the 4 screws that holds the motor mount to the Fantastic Fan frame. And now we'll go off and wire it up. Now we're going to take the threaded plunger switch, put it through the connector on the black wire, and take it up, and using our socket, screw it back into its location. All right, the black wire has been successfully put underneath of the plunger unit. Now we're ready for the red wire. Be aware it gets pushed through this hole in the fan mount so that it can come down and connect with this wire. So we're going to push these 2 together. All right, those 2 are now connected, and now we have to take this one and bring it up here and push it into the bottom of the plunger unit. All right, with the connections made, push the frame back up into the hole, making sure that all the wires are tucked behind it so that they don't interfere with the fan. Next, we're going to have to take this red and black wire and secure it to this arm by using the clip we took off earlier. But first, we're going to put these 5 screws back in. All right, here's that little clip that helped keep the wires inside of the arm. So I'm going to snap that on there. We have our 5 screws keeping the mounting up in there. We have the new motor mount screwed in securely. And all that's left is to put the fan on and give it a try. Now the fan is notched. There's one flat part on this axle. So when you line your fan up, you have to make sure that that flat part corresponds with the one on the fan. All right, let's power up the spider controller and see if this thing can work. Yay! So I guess it was the motor that was burnt out. Glad to have the fan back.